Well, I mean, the Browns have a lot of things to work on quarterback. What exactly will they do? Who knows? But I'll tell you in just 1 second. I messed up. I didn't put the intro. Guess no intro for today. Like the music, not the intro. Apologies. So no intro, I guess. But welcome back to Browns Breakdowns, our partners from Mills Network, and of course, proud partners of Amateur Coffee Roasters. Yes, we still have them as friends. They are wonderful. This QR code right here. If you use that, we get 15%. Wonderful company, great coffee. Totally would recommend. But they've been with us for a few months now, maybe a little more, and they've been great. So thank you to Hemisphere Coffee Roasters for sponsoring us. Great coffee. Totally go check them out. Anyway, on to the actual meat of the podcast. So the Browns have a lot of quarterbacks right now. I think we have 6. It might be only 5, but we have a lot. We've got Joe Flacco, Dylan Gabriel's, obviously Shedeur Sanders, Kenny Pickett, right? We've got a lot of quarterbacks. And looking at it, who do we have for the starting job? And we don't have anyone for the starting job, but who's going to be like the pseudo starter, assuming like the season started today? Right now, I would believe that it would be Joe Flacco. I think Joe Flacco would start for us. If the season started tomorrow, Joe Flacco would be our starter. Kenny Pickett the backup, and then the 2 rookies would be 3 and 4. But we obviously don't have the season starting tomorrow. I wish it was, but we don't. So looking at the quarterback room, again, I still think at this moment in time, Joe Flacco will be the starter. Now, again, a lot of things can change over the course of 5 months, 6 months until the NFL season. A lot of things can change. Injuries. We might see one of the rookies become really good. We might see anything like that. We might see a trade. Who knows? So, but right now, Joe Flacco is probably the starter. I'd say Kenny Pickett is the backup, and I'd say Shedeur Sanders and Dylan Gabriel's will be the 3 and 4. That I don't know which one would be the 3 and 4, like in that order. I mean, right now, I believe Kenny Pickett isn't a terrible quarterback. He's a backup quarterback. He isn't a starter, really, but I don't think he's that bad. And so, I mean, like looking at Kenny Pickett, he could be a decent starter for the Browns. But unfortunately, we have a lot of quarterbacks, and so I've said it multiple times before. I think the best solution to this quarterback thing is to let everyone just go ham in training camp. Who cares what they end up doing? Just put them out there. Whoever performs the best gets the starting job. And it's a decent idea. This clouds covered at the sun, so I'm in like half dark. Apologies. The quarterbacks, it's impossible to replicate a NFL football game. You cannot replicate the speed and intensity of an actual football game, especially with what practice has become in the NFL. And so I think it's best to just let whoever does the best start. And not obviously I don't want this, but the Browns have had a lot of trouble with injuries, and we've seen all these teams getting or all these quarterbacks getting hurt. Not just the Browns. Quarterbacks have been injured at a really high rate these past few seasons. And so, especially on the Browns, right? We go through like 5 quarterbacks a year. And so there's no guarantee everyone won't get a chance to start anyway, just because everyone else got injured. And so it's going to be a interesting season, because I think we'll have multiple starting quarterbacks over the season. I wouldn't be shocked if Pickett, Flacco, Gabriel's, and Sanders all started this season. I wouldn't be. I would not be surprised if all 4 of those quarterbacks started in this season. Will all of them do good? Will all of them do bad? I have no idea. You can't predict that. But I do believe that all 4 of our starting quarterbacks, or not starting quarterbacks, quarterbacks of Flacco, Pickett, Sanders, and Gabriel, all of them will start this year. Whether that's because of injuries or because someone was just really bad, or for who knows what reason, right? I just believe that all four of those quarterbacks will at least start a single game. And I think there's not I don't think that's a problem, to be honest. I don't think if all four of them start, I'm not going to be angry because the Browns, oh man, sorry. The Browns aren't a great team right now. We aren't competing for anything. So why not just let everyone go out there and start, see if any of them are good, and then we can stick with them if they are. If they aren't, we just move on. And if we suck, then we can, just we can just come in and grab a top 3 pick because we were really bad and draft someone. Maybe if it's a quarterback, probably not. If it isn't a quarterback, do something like a draft a super good wide receiver, and then next year you already have an established wide receiver on the team who's good, and then you draft a quarterback in next year and you have a quarterback receiver duo already in place from the rookie quarterback, giving him a 1-year vet from whatever rookie you decided to draft in the first year. Or you trade out of the first round. You have like a number 1 overall pick, number 2 overall pick. You trade out of the first round, get a nice haul, a few good players, some more draft picks, things like that, and you snag a whole bunch of value. And then next year, again, draft a quarterback if you see any talent in there. It just comes down simply right now to, do we really mind if the quarterbacks are bad? Because at some point, it isn't a problem. I think the Browns should tank this year. I'm not saying tank like just don't play. I think the Browns should test out the rookies, test out the team, figure out orientations and configurations that work, which will in turn lose them games, because again, they're testing things and swapping out quarterbacks and even try different playbooks, different like ideas on the defense, on the offense, testing out things like that, because you don't have anything to lose, right? Sure, Myles Garrett, you lose another year of his prime, but let's be honest here. I don't think we expect Myles Garrett to succeed on the Browns, not because he's a bad player, he's been great, but just because the Browns aren't capable of really doing that. And at some point, you just have to say, we have to look into the future. We can't keep working on winning with just you. And so, and in turn, with testing all these things, you'll lose games because you're not just trying to win. You're trying to configure things, and in that you'll be able to get a high first round pick, which will get you a lot of value. And so I think that there is the opportunity to do stuff like that. I think it's a good idea. Before we head out, I should actually do the ads, so we'll be right back. And we're back here on the Browns Breakdowns. I don't really have a whole lot more to say than that. This is a kind of short podcast, just something, to hold you over until next week maybe. But yeah, I mean, just looking at the quarterback room, it just is, I think we just need to work on things and just let everyone play. And in the case of just testing things, we will lose games, and we will maybe, I don't know, maybe be able to get high draft picks and get some value out of the first round, whether that be drafting a wide receiver, quarterback, who knows. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed. I will talk to you guys probably next week, but I'm not sure. So I will see you guys in the next episode. Peace.